Hello, this is Zircon Swift, and I'm here to provide a commentary slash breakdown of this new route I've discovered in Luxurian World, thanks to Lacusa dropping some massive discoveries that he's been keeping secret in the world. This is here for everyone that is wanting to recreate these strategies and maybe even refine them in the process. This is the developer exit. I was chatting up with Lacusa, and he let slip that there were some actual dev exit buttons to switch the booleans to trigger the animator logic, so quests could be completed without actually having to complete them. Uh, and I really wanted to know what these were because Constipations has the record for Luxurian World, and it's been far too long, and I need to get on that leaderboard. So I started talking with him, and apparently it's fairly simple stuff because it was made in SDK 2.0, so no Udon magic to make it specific like that. He started giving me some hints, and well, long story short, I found out how to trigger them and access the developer buttons to shave time, shave minutes off even. So this is a sub 20-minute run. This was one of the uh, things, like there were stupid hints. He was playing with me, if you've been here before, you can squat in this shelter, and you'll be green with envy, and I could not solve this on my own if Lacusa wasn't playing hot and cold with me. I would send them messages, I would send them pictures, like, look, is this like the right direction? And they were giving me maybe, maybe not. Like a lot of the time, I had a couple of places, and he would say, "It's one of those," and well, and the thing with that is that when you have five or six, it's one of those. Those things stack up, and it's harder and harder. So no one could possibly have really reasonably worked this out. So what I'm doing is I'm going over to the cathedral. So this is actually a thing where you actually have to. This is how you start it off. If you don't do this, you can't do the rest of the skips. And the reason for this is that it's to prevent people from accidentally stumbling upon into this. So you need to get a specific rose from the cathedral. It has to be a rose that has no physics, so it hangs in the air. You need to get that rose in specific, and then you need to put it where the orb is. You know, when you complete the orb quest and you can change the day and night cycle, you need to actually go ahead and go. Now, why don't I just go back to the start? Well, I need to pick up the money bag as well, and I think it's about the same. Actually, maybe going to start might have been faster. I'm really tired. I've spent so long on this. But you also need to put the money bag here as well. Lacusa likes to call it paying the robot, as it were. And like this our Nicholas location here, and when you have the money bag in that area and that specific rose in this area, I don't know if it has to be in the middle or not, but just better to safe to be sorry. And now that should open up the rest of the logic here, and it should allow for the rest of the things to actually go through. It's like a check. It's like a developer check. If you've done this, you definitely are the developer, because who would do this otherwise? So therefore, if you do the other things, it's actually intended that you want to skip all of these things here. Now, you also might have noticed me picking up a jug and a bowl. Okay. Yeah. So I put it over there. So, for mobility reasons, I want to unlock the Chocobo and the Engine Blade. And if I'm doing the Engine Blade quest, I might as well complete the treasure chest as well. And this is pretty good because I only have to do 5 of these insane checks instead of the 8, because I've already completed 3 of the quests, plus the 5 Boolean flips at the end. And I can actually just finish it. I don't want to know what the other 3 are. They're stupid. They're just stupid. I'll get to them in a bit. Oh, chair jump. Oh, I completely screwed this up. Don't miss that. I do not miss that in the speedruns. I do not miss that at all. So I take these items. I need these items. You know where Unity Chan murders and doesn't murder, tortures. Tortures the chocobo, that bitch. Tortures the chocobo. That's actually that kind of has a reason apart from being a sadistic place, because it's like a check for like you don't actually have to have it active, but Lakuza was like he gave me a hint with like well, I'll show up on screen. What was it? It was uh, uh, hmm. It was tree, rock, bush, click the blood for the sacrifice. The hard way at it, jugging by the bowl of pain. Or judging by the howl of pain. That was kind of clever. I really liked that as a little puzzle thing as well. Get a jug and a bowl. Then you gotta put them by a rock or thing. I had to try a few times because there's a couple of places where there's a rock, a bush, and a tree in like the same general area. So that's what that's for, and now I'm going to just complete the quest, get the chocobo, pick these up, and then I'm gonna go over and do that. Another thing as well, which is like gave me serious Final Fantasy 12 vibes, where if you open up a chest in like one of the starting areas, one of those free chests, you lock yourself out of the best weapon in the game, the Zodiac Spear. On top of having to pick a 1 in 16 chance of getting it correctly, which if you didn't have a guide, you would probably not get it by sheer probability. Because all the chests would disappear as well. But you can pick up any of the chests, because someone that's playing the game would just naturally want to pick it up. Why would you not? And that would lock you out of the developer route. And there's also the cacti in a pot as well in the kitchen. That's there for a reason as well. People trying to desperately find ways to break the world would probably want to pick that up and think it's useful for something. But that's a trap. So it actually stops you from going into the route in the first place. Now I'm just going through the motions to get the engine blade. It's kind of standard stuff at this point. So we're already at 8 minutes onto the thing. We do skip a few things. We skip completing the boss. We don't have to fight the boss. We don't have to go through Titan Skip. We don't have to go through the cutscene. So that saves a lot of time as well. We don't have to find the cacti or the dolls as well. And the orbs, we can just skip the orbs anyway. Yeah. So I spent absolutely ages just trying to go through these, and again, I could not do this. Lakuza has given me a surprising amount of wiggle room to solve these. He's always been had that soft spot for nudging people in the right direction, and I don't know why it's taking him so long to come out with these. These have been out here this entire time, and we just didn't know about it, and no one could possibly know about it without mentioning. This is just this is going to, apart from doing these 3 quests, it completely changes how you run it. Now, I'm not entirely sure if I actually prefer running it this way, because it's kind of a little... it's great that you don't have to fight the boss, because that requires a lot of nuance and skill and such, but at the same time, it's kind of beautiful, in a way, to go through that boss, to go through all of those skips and such, and a lot of this takes away a lot of the challenge. It makes it more accessible for people that want to get into it as well. But the thing about finding massive skips is that eventually, with enough competition, skill normalizes again, and fine precision. Yeah, I thought this was actually like the the crown. I never really used that because I never come back here afterwards.
I've never used that before. I
But
just
no,
thought
they
it was just
spawn
put
crown
there
things
because
down.
it
I'll
was
need the
because-
crown later for another one, which was another devilish clue. King to AF18. Try working that one out. Spoiler alert, you need the crown. I probably made a bit of a bad choice here because I could have just dropped the engine blade and respawned, and that probably would have saved some more time because I got the engine blade because I want to have better mobility, but respawning and returning back to the start is so much faster. Still, I'm still gonna get a sub 20 minute, and that's like shaving 4, 5, no, 7 minutes off, which is when was the last time we've shaved 7 minutes off a record? That's like back at the beginning. Like the first world record was like 44 minutes, and then Constipations came in and had like a 35, and we would come in and chip it down minute by minute, and then it would be second by second, and then when there was like a 30-second cut, that was big. That was big, and now it's just, years pass, and we're at the point where we can do this again. So yeah. Thankfully, the crown has physics. I need to take it over here. I think I probably could have just done. I threw it over, but I hit the thing. So I don't know why I stayed to watch it fall. It's gonna fall anyway. I was maybe worried it might roll somewhere else, but it's not a sphere collider that's on the crown. So next up, we are going to, I think we're going to go to, right, I think, yes, we're picking up the broom to skip another one. This one was kind of bullshit. This one was stupid. I need to get a broom, and the puzzle that Lukuza gave me was this points to a green beam up high, clean it out. And first of all, I had to think, what the fuck is a green beam? And then it took me a while to find it, but there was this green beam in Titan area. That's the only thing that could even remotely be that in the first place. So then I was just thinking, well, what points to that green beam? You need to start the quest to even enter the place in the first place. And then, well, you need to go up high, so this is kind of like where an engine blade is really needed. And again, this was like another one of two, because there's like the corners of the squares kind of point towards where the green beams is. This one kind of like literally points to the green beam, like kind of coincidentally, like it's fits perfectly. And then I got like a response when I put the broom there from Lukuza and made him sweat quite a bit. So now what we're going to do is we are going to yes. We need to stab a tree. Literally, that's what Lukuza told me. Stab a tree. He told me to stab a tree. I asked him, there's 200 trees. And he's like, well, there were a lot of squares. Yeah, that's relating to the chess puzzle. But this was the very last clue that Lukuza gave me. And I could have just... I was pretty sure with the other... there was like 3 spots per clue. That's like, okay, that could be managed. But trees... Well, Lukuza had played his hand. He likes to space things out a lot, and this was no different. A lot of these things were very farly spaced out. Quite so. There's like one over in Chocobo area. There's one in the giant dude area. There's one in hang on a second. There's one in shoot. There's one in the main area. There's one over in the throne room. So I just I got hit by that. It's a lot more time lost. So where haven't we had this skip yet? Well, it can't be in the main area because that would be too close to the starting area for that to be coincidental. It can't be in the Chocobo area because there's already one in there as well. And he's shown that since they have all been in different areas, this one must also be in a different area. So I narrowed it down to the Titan area. And then I had to bring every single weapon that I could see, take them over from the area. I had to transport them through the main zone into here. Thankfully, I could use a checkpoint to speed things up, and I did all the weapons. I stabbed all the trees with all the weapons at the same time. I went back, changed the variable, and at this point, it was just a fucking drag. It took me so fucking long to do it, but I did it. I got it. I worked it out, and then when I did work it out, I removed one weapon at a time, and then with that, I was able to work out which weapon it was, which was that specific Maid Masher, and I was able to work it out. You thought you could be obscure, but no, I did it. I did it. I was able to play your game. I shouldn't have played your game because I've gone insane. But no, I've done it. And now I've got the record. And I'm going to show it. And we're nearly done. I need to do this. Okay, this one was insane. I thought maybe there was a chessboard within a chessboard. King to AF8. That chess doesn't work like that, Lukuza. Chess doesn't work like that. What the hell are you doing? There's a lot of squares everywhere. Okay, so then I thought like maybe you have to get like those like those tile things, those little trays. They look like a chessboard. They're 8 across. Maybe if you put them together, but they don't make 8 by 8. Well, that's fine. If I put a square within a square, it's like a chessboard within a chessboard, isn't it? Yes. So wait, but then I thought, wait, no, SDK 2.0. That would be way too complicated to do in any case. So I just like wait, but this is a chessboard. This right here, this is just a chessboard. If I go out and then I extrude it along, sorry for the shitty editing here, but if I go along here, white square in the background, that was a fucking ballsy guess because not everyone puts the white square in the bottom right hand corner, and it drives me insane every time I see it. It's such a simple thing. Why don't you know anything about chess, people? Why don't you know anything about chess? But then I worked out like there's an Excel spreadsheet. What happens when you go off the Z in the Excel spreadsheet? You go to AA, AB, AC, AF, and then 18. You go 18 up, and that would bring us about here. And I went along here, and it's like you have to find a little square. It's sort of like where the curve meets, but there's a little bit liching off still, and then I look over here, and then it's over here, and I put the thing over there, and then all that's left to do now. I panic a little bit. I double think, but it's like do or die, do or die. It's do or die. Respawn, and then get out, respawn again, and then look at that. Dev buttons right there. Yes, okay. Just get them in there. But then when I nearly got a sub 18, I nearly got a sub 18, but I got it. I was able to put it in there, and it's yes, I did it. That's like an 8, 18, 05, 69. Nice. Was that? Okay, was that? Okay. Okay. Fuck, Lukuza. Fuck me. Faster, but... Fucking hell. God damn it. There we go. So, if you want to try that, there's probably like several minutes you can save. Like sub 15 is probably worth it at this point. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. God.